That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
If I've said it once, I've said it 100,000 bazillion times. This is why you do not come into a playoff series leaving game one for, this is a fill-out game. This is a fill-out game. Oh, LeBron, it's all right. It's a fill-out game. Stop. Not Mamba mentality. Jordan especially would not do that. I come here to win. What the hell I look like making a fill-out just to figure, oh, what's their defensive schemes? What are their plays? What's their weak man? Just beat them. So now you look foolish when you've got Brittle Bones Davis on the sidelines, or Street Clothes Davis is what Charles Barkley told him. People out there on the Lakers don't look like they want to be there. This game was over by the end of the first quarter, to be honest. Nobody can hit open shots. They're the worst three-point shooting team in the playoffs, or the second worst. What am I supposed to do with this? LeBron looked aggressive for all of 3 minutes, and then after that, it was just crying to refs and complaining. Davis over there just sitting down, enjoying his time being injured, as he always is. And this isn't just some, oh, the Lakers are bad type video. There's a lot of Shapeshifter Suns fans that have been fans all of 2 to 3 weeks. Y'all are not Suns fans. Y'all's is daughters. Y'all's names is daughters. Y'all came here on a boat 2 to 3 weeks ago and was like, oh, let me make myself at home. Yeah, go Suns. I'm like, come on. Y'all just LeBron haters in disguise. Give proper critique where critique is due. Because up until it got to this point, I don't think anybody was in belief that the Suns could do something like this to the Lakers. And then I don't want to hear on the Lakers side, well, LeBron is 36. You're expecting him at year 18. Stop coming into game one looking sluggish. Yeah, but LeBron was injured into game one. Okay, it's your fault. So what, you and Davis are injured? How many excuses can there be? You mean to tell me an injured or somewhat like a 70% LeBron and what, a 60% Davis still can't get through the first round? They still can't put together good games come on. Where does blame get given? Where does personal responsibility come into play? Nearly every single shot the Lakers took was ill-advised or was just red upon release, just red release. Air balls, poor defensive choices, people fouling people nonstop. The energy wasn't there. They didn't want it. It just doesn't look like there's anything left. Case in point, there was a play that Chris Paul, 6 feet tall Chris Paul, or 6'1", most likely 6 foot tall Chris Paul, got a rebound over 7 foot tall Drummond. They didn't want it. That's some 2K bull crap right there. That's some scripted shit. The fact that he out hustles you for that rebound, you don't want to be there. Y'all don't want it. I don't see fire and desire in you guys' eyes. And what are we supposed to say? Well, once Davis comes back, Davis isn't going to be playing like himself time he comes back. He's not. And if he is, I'm like, well, a day or two of rest did that much for you? I'm like, wow. As a friend of mine said, he sprained his unibrow. There's no other explanation. The unibrow is the source of his power. Once that gets messed up, there's no hope. You got 30 balled. Early as hell. 30 balled. This isn't a good team. Lakers are not a good team. When you take LeBron or Davis out of the equation, it's literally pass the ball to LeBron over and over and let's see what happens. He'll generate points. He'll run the offense. He'll pick up things on the defensive end. You're asking for too much from a guy who's 36 years old. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Solid number 2. I can't put him above Jordan because of things like this. Passive, unaggressive in certain games. He comes in just slow, trying to get others involved. I'm like, no, I'm going to get myself involved. You guys are NBA players. I shouldn't have to consistently get you involved. The system has always been LeBron. That's not a good system to me. You look at any other team in the NBA, when their main star is out, they're still a very good team, or a pretty good semblance of a team, at least most of them anyway. But this, LeBron leaves, whole team loses. It's been that way most of his whole career, with probably the exception of the Miami Heat, because Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh were in there, but they were extremely top heavy. But this, there's no one knows what to do. Nobody can put a shot up. Open shots all over the place. LeBron does great at creating situations in which people are open, but they can't hit shots. So how you go beat anybody? Whatever happened to Chris Paul, I hope he's all right. I mean, I also hope Davis is okay as well, but Chris Paul is yet again someone else. He gets injured too many times. And to be honest, this should be 3-1, because the game that they should have lost was basically Chris Paul's not being there. And I'm like, Chris Paul makes a world of difference. Basically, he's LeBron, a shorter LeBron. Basketball IQ extremely high, seasoned veteran, sees plays before they happen. Him being there or him not being there is a massive difference. So they can still manage to win the next game. They're at LA. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you could win that one. But literally, they should have, if they manage to beat the Suns, it'll only be because one person who's made out of glass on the Lakers, and then there's another guy that's made out of glass on Chris Paul. Except Chris Paul, to me, has a bigger impact on the entire team than Davis does. Davis, they can manage. Lakers have playoff wisdom and experience going for them mainly. I'm surprised Suns are doing as well as they are, considering the fact that two of their primary stars being DeAndre Ayton and Booker, this is their first playoffs. So I'm like, hey, but that's the main thing Lakers fall back on, is experience. That's the thing that separates them from most other teams. So you don't know, this could go to 7 games, and I think the Lakers may pull it out if it gets to 7. I don't know. This is very disappointing. It's too many. Like Davis, even when Davis isn't injured, he hasn't been playing well this year. So I don't know what the problem is. The ring basically just took all his energy like the Monstars. It's just, I don't know. So, did you see the game? Like, comment, subscribe. Who do you want to win? Who do you have for the championship this year? I mean, it's Nets. The only way Nets don't win is if somebody gets injured. But thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.